Hello children, welcome to the class. In previous class, we are discussing about collocations. Let us recollect it once. Open your textbooks, and if you have written something, whatever definitions and everything I have given yesterday in classwork note, that also you open, and let us recollect the definitions and the word combinations examples given by me once. The definition of collocation is collocation refers to a group of words that often go together or commonly co-occur. Before that, I explained you some parts of speech and whichever were given in the word combinations, that is, I explained you the noun, adjective, verb and preposition along with that quantifier, whichever were given in the textbook word combinations. I hope every one of you have written that. So let us go to the word combinations of textbook given here. The first one, adjective plus noun, and yesterday I explained you along with the bright, harsh, intense and strong light, whereas light itself is a noun and bright, harsh, intense and strong were adjectives. So adjective plus noun itself, if both together, both the words will add together, that itself is a collocation. That means we can take the last word shed light, otherwise emit light or strong light, bright light. Like that, one more example I have given you, that is greenhouse. Where is green is an adjective plus house, that is greenhouse. Altogether both by adding green and house, that means adjective plus noun, that itself is a collocation. Then come to the second one, verb plus noun. Verb plus noun. The given examples in textbook are cast light, emit light, give light or provide light. I have given you examples that have a drink, break a record, pay attention. Now come to the third one, noun plus verb. Noun plus the word combinations of noun plus collocations, word combinations. Third one. First two we completed, now third one, noun plus verb. Noun plus verb. Examples in textbook were given, light. See, first one is noun, light. Plus, you can add gleams. Or you can add glows. Light gleams, light glows, light shines. So now you see, light is a noun and here gleams, glows, shines are adjectives. Any one of the adjective given here, gleams, glows and shine, you can add with light. So noun plus adjective, verb. Verb. Noun plus verb, that itself is a collocation, light gleams. A collocation. One more example, that is takes, One more example. Now come to the fourth one. Noun plus noun. The fourth word combination is noun plus noun. And the textual example is light plus source, light source. Here noun plus noun, this word combination, collocation. So now you see noun again plus noun, that is light, a noun, source, again a noun, light source. Is a collocation. One more example is a example I give, that is sun, a noun, again light, light itself is a noun. So now the collocation is sunlight. Is it clear, children? So let us go to the fifth one, preposition plus noun. So the textual example, by the light. So by preposition light, a noun of the moon. So this example is given in textbook. One more example, let me write here, that is by mistake. This is a common word we use in our daily usage in English. So by preposition plus mistake, noun, collocation, that is by mistake. Another word also you can write. Another example, that is by chance, like by mistake, by chance. By plus chance. By preposition I have written P plus noun is equal to C. That means collocation. Here by chance. Now come to the next one, number 6. The sixth one. So just in fifth one we completed preposition and noun. Now noun plus preposition. Collocation. Noun plus preposition. The example given in textbook is the light from the window. The light from the window. Light, noun. From preposition. Like that. You can give some more examples here for noun and preposition. Example noun of preposition. So example of a collocation. Second one, next one, differences in. differences in. Differences, noun, in, preposition. So when you add together example, the noun of the preposition, then the collocation, the word combination, the word collocation is example of. And here the same thing, differences in. So one more example let me give. This is one, two, third example. Reason for. Reason for. Again, noun, preposition, collocation. Reason for. So these are some examples related to noun plus prepositions. Now come to the last one. Quantify. Just children once recollect or go through the textbook or notebook where you have written the definitions given yesterday by me. Quantifiers. Quantifier is a word that usually go before a noun to express the quantity of the particular object or thing. So now in word combinations we are adding quantifier plus noun. Quantifier plus noun. Last, seventh one. Plus noun is equal to the word combination quantifier plus noun collocation. Examples. Here in textbook it is given a beam, a bit, ray of light. Second one, textual example, ray of light, light, noun, ray, quantifier. That means which expresses the quantity. Here, though this is the ray is not a quantity, but a particular what is that related to light. Some particular measurement is going to be given. Related to light, something is expressed here. So that is ray. So a quantifier plus noun. Here, ray of light. Some more examples. Number 3, a lot. Number 4, a bit. Number 5, a few. Are some more examples of the word combination, collocation, quantifier plus noun. So this is quantifier or these are nouns. Together a collocation. So now let us see. Turn the pages. Let me write some common collocations. Some common collocations. Have rest. Take a nap. Get permission. Fourth one, take a seat. Number 5. Come to a decision. Number 6. Enough, fire enough. So these are some many collocations are there in your usual daily usage. So these are some common collocations. Now go through the textbook. A table is given. Every one of you see the textbook. A table is given where you need to fill the table. Let us go through the question. The instruction given there. Use a dictionary and write which word in column 1 can collocate with those in the next 5 columns. Put a tick mark in the relevant, that means which is suitable, relevant column. Use the apt collocation, appropriate apt collocations in your own sentences. So let us think later regarding the making of own sentences. At present, every one of you go through the given table. The first column, total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns are there. The first one is a word and the remaining are in column, next 5 columns are the collocates, that means the words whichever were suitable to the given collocation. Those are, the first one is sympathy, second one opinion, third one welcome, fourth one congratulations, fifth one dream. Okay, now see the first one in the word combination, heartfelt. Which collocate is appropriate? Which collocation is appropriate for that? Heartfelt congratulations. Tick it there. Give a right mark or put a tick mark in the column given you, the place provided for you. In the first one, heartfelt congratulations. So the remaining deep, childhood, express, strong, warm is homework for you. Today you complete it. Tomorrow or in the next class, while starting the class, before starting the class, I'll tell the answers and you people will be correcting that. So now let us go through the grammar part of Unit 2. Grammar part in Unit 2 is clause and different kinds of clauses. So the main part, the heading is clause. In today's grammar class, we are going to learn about clause and its kinds. Clauses, plural. Okay. So first of all, let me write. Take your classwork notes, children, and write it down. Let me write as usual. Write the definition and the examples, and I will explain you with the definition. What is a clause? A clause is a group of words clause is a group of words that contains a verb, that contains contains a verb. Not only verb, and usually. In bracket you write and usually other components too. A clause may form part of a sentence or it may be a complete sentence itself. Example, he was eating a banana. So this is, you see, the definition given by me is a clause is a group of words. First of all, see, the sentence is, a sentence itself is a group of meaningful words. So now you got the first sentence of the first statement given there in the definition. The sentence given is a group of words that contains a verb. So here in this sentence, what is a verb? Eating, action word. It contains a verb and usually other components too. So here other components are, we have taken a helping verb and here a pronoun, there a noun. So like that, those are called as the other components. Along with verb, usually anyhow the other components will be there, but verb is compulsory. So now come to the next step. A clause may form a part of a sentence or it may be a complete sentence itself, a part of sentence. Now you see, he was eating. That itself is a part of sentence, and that if you want we can make a sentence itself. He was eating. That's all, isn't it? But at the same time, it may be a complete sentence of itself. That means he was eating itself a complete sentence. But you want to give some more information, then what? He was eating a banana. So that you can add there. So it can be a complex and compound sentences also. Clauses are 4 types. 4 kinds of clauses are there. Have you completed this, children? Let us go through the kinds of clauses. There are 4 types of clauses. So let me write like this. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. The first clause is main clause. second one is subordinate clause. Third one is adjective clause. Fourth one, noun clause. First one, main clause, or we can call it let me write number one again, children, with its other name. Number one, main clause, or we can call it as independent clause. Independent clause. Number two, subordinate clause. It can be called as dependent clause. Number three, adjective clause. Or you can call it as relative clause. Adjective clause or relative clause. And the fourth type of clause is noun clause. Noun clause. Okay, so every clause has at least one subject and one verb. In detail, I'll explain you about each and every clause with examples. So now let us start the first one. I hope you have completed this one. If you have completed, let us start the first one, main clause, and its definition and examples. The first one, main clause. Let me write its other name as independent clause. Also we can call it. Now the definition of main clause. Every sentence contains at least one main clause See, what is the starting part of the definition of main clause? Every sentence contains at least one main clause. That may be a compound sentence or a complex sentence. A main clause may part of a compound sentence or a complex sentence. But it also make a sense, a meaning, a sense on its own, as the above given example. You see, that is, he was eating. Example, he was eating a banana. So now you see, the definition of main clause is every sentence contains at least one main clause, that I explained already. The next part of the definition is a main clause may form part of a compound sentence or a complex sentence, but it also makes a sense of its own, that is, you see, a sentence. So this is not a compound sentence, because in a compound sentence we use, like, example, compound sentence, we use as, but, or, so. Two sentences, sometimes we will add to combine two sentences. Those sentences are called as combined sentences or compound sentences. In compound sentences, usually to join two sentences we use as, but, or, so. So when we are using this as, but, or, so, the remaining part of the sentence may be some extra information. Without that also a sentence can be formed. So that kind of sentences were called as main clause. Those are called as main clause. In most of the sentence, at least in every sentence contains at least one main clause. Without that main clause, the sentence itself is meaningless. So here it can be, it also made a sense of its own. That means a meaning of its own. As the given example, he was eating a banana. So now the main clause is completed, children. And tomorrow let me give you some more examples along with the remaining clauses with definitions and examples. Okay, let us close the class now. Thank you. Let us complete it in the next class.